I know Sowore as a defeated presidential candidate.
Welcome to Naija Trending News. And on this channel, we dey bring to you ogbonge something where they happen for this country. Now we dey bring to you. And we still never come out from the most very important news in Nigeria, which is end bad governance gbas where they happen for this country. We never come out. So una remember Senator Oshiomole, where be former Labour leader, where they organize protest up and down. Now he don't reach in turn. He don't come they attack Omoyele Sowore. Say Sowore na politician. Say politicians are not in position to talk about the bomb blast, to talk about hunger. Say all that one where Sowore they do, say na because say Sowore lost election, na be the reason why Sowore they do so. You don't forget, say our oga kpata President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he was a politician where he organized protest up and down. Now people don't turn. Oga Oshiomole come talk say Sowore no dey in position to talk about any nyama where they happen for this country. So now some kind of people for internet, for Twitter, where they call X now and Facebook everywhere, they don't come outside, come they talk say na lie now. Oshiomole they talk say Sowore that the yarn about nyama where they happen for this country since when in the university, say even the time of military regime, say Sowore the yarn. See that one where Oshiomole they talk now because say the government they hand say make you go sit down. For one side, say in talk, it no make sense at all. Oh. So not me go talk and finish. See the video here, no kuna watch am. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share the video, comment your comment, they very important. Now this place, now we dey bring una ogbonge news. The happenings where they happen for this country. Thank you very much.
Do you know Sowore? Those people who I know Sowore as a defeated presidential candidate. And when you are defeated in election, you wait for the man who won, you give him time. Sowore should know. He had interviewed me in Washington, and I met with him. I like what he was doing. I think he became one of the most authoritative first online, publisher, Sahara Reporters. What you get from Sahara Reporters, I often wonder, how does he get his information? In my view, he was at his best. But once he dragged himself into politics and contest election, he has become a politician. And if you discredit politicians, Rufai as you often do, you can't pick and choose.
Congress Senator.
So Sowore cannot be seen as speaking. People will see him as still nursing the grievances, the pain of his defeat.
Congress
So that is not the guy to speak for those people in Kano, for those who throw bomb in Maiduguri, for those who hijack vehicles in this. If I see politicians try to hijack by their comments and so on, I was always quick to say, look, we are not here to change the policy maker. We are here to, excuse me, Ayo, you have to harass me.
Yes, I just
wanted to, the problem.
Because that's the question I asked you. Who asked?
They are faceless. And I said, understand me. No. The point, my summary, you didn't take note of it. And I want to repeat it again.
Please go ahead.
When you have an amorphous group, unknown faces. Now you refer to Occupy Nigeria. I saw people like a pastor who had contested for vice president with
Pastor Bakare.
He respected pastor in Lagos. I can't remember his name readily now.
Pastor Tunde
Bakare. Yes. And you will recall when I was in NLC, not only is my face known, we share platform with Professor Wole Soyinka now at 90. I'm happy he's aging gracefully and God will continue to bless him and give him good health. I share platform with Femi Falana. I share platform with Beko Rasomkuti or something like that. One of the Bekos who was very active, a medical doctor.
Yes.
And I remember on one occasion on the front of Alausa, Ganifa Emi collapsed in the course of addressing workers. So these are Nigerians that are known. They have responsibility.
But sir, EIE Nigeria came out.
For human rights.
Sir,
wait, he spoke for anger.
I just want to challenge that point.
In this occasion,
yes,
excuse
sir.
me.
I just
even
want to...
the name, excuse me.
Yes.
You can challenge anything, but you must listen to my point.
I've listened.
No. This is meant to be an engagement. You know, a question, excuse me, a question cannot be as long as the answer. The answer must be longer than the question. Check yours when you were a student. When they ask you one question, you use pages to answer it. So give me the time, because Nigeria need to understand why a man who lived my background refused to acknowledge that a peaceful protest can be used for regime change. I emphasize regime change because I understand the logic. I led from the front. These people you are mentioning, I don't know them. If I don't know them.
You don't know EIE Nigeria?
I don't know their faces. And I am happy that, listen, excuse me?
You don't know EIE Nigeria? Take it back, Nigeria?
Now, it was a take back Nigeria. I said, who has occupied Nigeria? In fact, this was the one that suggests that people wanted regime change. When they say we want to reclaim Nigeria, I said, is Nigeria currently under foreign authority? Is Tinubu not a Nigerian? The southwest he come from, is it not part of Nigeria? Who is that guy? Who are those groups who wants to reclaim Nigeria for Nigeria?
Comrade.
And excuse me, all the names you mention here, I listen attentively. I don't even know if I don't know some of these faces. At no time did they sat on a common platform to say this is who we are. Excuse me, the business of governance is not a tea party.
Okay.
And when I saw people say Tinubu, excuse me, because at the heart of the question by Ruben is, was President Tinubu's response appropriate? I say yes. What was summarized?
Okay, comrade.
I have heard you.
Comrade,
I have listened.
Comrade.
I am open to dialogue.
Comrade.
Even that one, I saw people saying, set up a panel to negotiate. To negotiate with people who are in Washington, people who don't know their address.
Comrade.
You may know them.
Comrade.
I don't know them. Yes.
Comrade.
Yes.
This is
Yes,
Rufai.
sir.
This is Rufai
Sir.
speaking.
Sir.
Rufai speaking. Yes.
Oh, Rufai, how are you?
Very well. Morning, sir. Comrade, let's
Thank
be
you, sir.
truthful in Nigeria. Because I see we lack a lot of truth, and that's why our lives are never going to be better as a country. The day we start to speak the
On
truth...
both sides, yes. Truth is constant. You can't defeat the truth. And that's why I have the courage to speak my mind.
Let me land, comrade. You are saying today that when you people went out for Occupy Nigeria in 2012, the word occupy, you are blaming...
I wasn't part of it.
No, hang on a minute. I'm saying when all these well-meaning Nigerians, including the current president and affiliation with the political party, the APC, went out then protesting against subsidy, you are saying that the word occupy Nigeria doesn't mean to take over Nigeria. You are saying they didn't probably threaten regime change and all of that. Comrade, the truth has to be said that the group that organized this protest is not faceless, except you choose to say you don't know them. You are saying you don't know Deji Adeyanju. You are saying you don't know Yemi Adamolem, which are people that have been frontline, civil society activists in this country. These are people that also made input in other protests. They're a valid group. So let's set that side apart first. Let's set apart that side. The second one, you said the president, when he gave his speech, it was a good speech. A lot of Nigerians say no. If you read that speech, apart from the conciliatory part of, yes, I'm sorry about the fact that people died, which a lot of people blame the president, because if he had come out to speak on time, that protest might not have even held in the first place. But he left it until after people died to come and speak, which was an abdication of responsibility. He now went ahead to rehash promises that we already know. Let me give you empirical facts this morning. As at 2022, Timi Praye Silva's target was to get over 5 million CNG cars on the road. President Tinubu promised 1 million CNGs. That's even a backward walk from Timi Praye Silva's promise. He said he's going to do 10 million hectares. He said he's going to cultivate 500,000 hectares last year. We have not seen the food. Food inflation is still over 40%. He's celebrating the fact that, okay, we have 9.1 trillion now in revenue earnings, that we earn more compared to last year. But don't forget also the fact you politicians come out to tell us how broke government is. In fact, the deficit is also increasing. He said he's going to he's giving over 570 billion to the states. Some of the states came out to say that they've got nothing really. We said we are sharing palliative. People can't feel the impact. So a lot of people say it was just another campaign rhetoric, empty on promises and less on impact. How you said that speech was okay. So my two questions are,
can I reply, sir?
Yes, go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
Your two questions, because you spoke at less, so reduce that to two questions.
Yes. The first question is...
What are your two questions, sir?
You people know the organizers of the protest. Do not say it was faceless because it's been hijacked by people. and ample intelligence was provided that it was going to be hijacked. What did the government do about it? You people know the organizer of it was not a faceless protest. That's the first question. I'm challenging your initial narrative. And I'm saying the president's speech was flawed. And I've given you empirical facts.
Excuse me, my dear friend Rufai, I hope to see you in the very near future so we can have a tea without or after this session.
And we dance again.
You are entitled to your evaluation. Excuse me, I will dance again. And I have improved even at elder age. But you know, one thing you have to agree is that one man's sense of objectivity is another man's idea of objectivity. When people say, I am being factual, as you have claimed, I am being objective. You are objective sometimes only to the extent that you are not aware of your own biases or you are not aware of your own subjectivity. This is fact in social sciences. And to say that one evaluation is standard, any deviant is wrong, is not valid in social sciences. Now, I told you one word. It's not about all those who want the president mentioned, was just to remind people that he has not been sleeping. If he says he will farm, he will have farm and produce all the food in 1 year. If it was that easy to produce the food in 1 year, from Obasanjo's return to school in his first coming as military government, as a military head of state, I saw him with joy as a villager. I saw a president with them, Chief of General Staff, Yaradua, say school to farm program. I remember President Shehu Shagari saying, we want green revolution. All these governments have promised this. This man is only in office for 1 year. He outlined what he's going to do. And Rufai, how long did it take to set up a credible, now highly competitive Arise television? From the day my dear friend conceptualized the idea, and I told him it's impossible. I can reveal to you, I and KK discussed, I said, this man is always into, how is he going to compete with CNN? How is he going to compete with China already established? Today, it's a reality. It's not just in existence. Arise has become an authoritative national network. Between conceptualization and realization, it takes time. It takes huge time. Now, why I say these people are faceless and that they wanted regime change, I listened to all these names you mentioned, plus others. I don't know them. You can't say I know them because you know them. Now, which Nigeria does not know Wole Soyinka? Who didn't know Ganifa Emi of blessed memory? Who doesn't know Femi Falana? You see, the issue of we know some individuals. How much trust do those individuals command in the bar of the average Nigerian? Those people carry sticks in Kano.
You know Sowore?
Those people who... I know Sowore as a defeated presidential candidate. And when you are defeated in election, you wait for the man who won, you give him time. Sowore should know, he had interviewed me in Washington, and I have met with him. I like what he was doing. I think he became one of the most authoritative first online, publisher, Sahara Reporters. What you get from Sahara Reporters, I often wonder, how does he get his information? In my view, he was at his best. But once he dragged himself into politics and contest election, he has become a politician. And if you discredit politicians, Rufai, as you often do, Senator, you can't pick and choose.
Congress Senator.
So Sowore cannot be seen as speaking. People will see him as still nursing the grievances, the pain of his defeat.
Congress
So
Senator.
that is not the guy to speak for those people in Kano, for those who throw bomb in Maiduguri, for those who hijack vehicles in this. Number 3, what did you expect a president to do when he is mourning the death of people avoidably? No president will throw ice cream when the nation is under stress.
Senator.
He didn't need to smile unnecessarily because he wasn't addressing...
Senator.
He wasn't... Listen, you have to give me the opportunity, sir, with due respect. He wasn't celebrating October 1st or Democracy Day. He was addressing rioters and protesters that have claimed life. He needed to wear a face of a president that recognized. Did you watch the British Prime Minister? Did you see how he addressed the British people following the riots in Britain? He didn't deny the fact that 3 innocent children shouldn't have been killed. However, that was not a justification for looting and violence. And he said, we will deal firmly with these right-wing Protestants, these extremists. We will deal firmly. We will bring them to justice. I didn't see him saying, Mr. Ice Cream, increase ice cream from Arrows. I distribute to them. No leader. We watch those smokes in different parts of the country. And they come and wear a smile. My children, I'm appealing to you. He told the children, I have listened. I have heard you. That is loaded. Minimum words, maximum wisdom. Now you want him to decree on the heart of it. He said, even if it was lawmaking, can he decree a law? He's not in the position to do so. Now I have listened. What I expected, people like you, Rufai, people like you, Ruben, I saw you say you should have made the address before. Let's face it, play back a lot of your own coverage of the villa, and you will see a different fora. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says, I understand the unintended consequences of some of the bold decisions I have taken. Now, I had a huge challenge to make between managing the exchange rate to avoid these rent seekers being in business where a central bank governor can make a Ruben. If he likes you, he allocates you $5 million. You become $3 million rich overnight. You don't need to work again.
Mr. Oshiomole, Dr. Abati needs to come in here.
And he said, I could have... Wait.
Dr. Abati needs to come because of time. Mr. Oshiomole, he needs to come in.
For people like me,
Please, he needs to come in here. But at least now, Dr. Abati needs to ask you a question because of time. But at least I'm happy now you now know one of the protester leaders, Sowore. So because you said you don't know any of them before. So I'm happy at least you've claimed you know one now. Dr. Abati, please, your question.
I do not recognize the legitimacy of a protest from Washington. I do not. Okay, you can't be in Washington and be organizing protests in Nigeria. No, those are absentee leaders. Excuse me, we call those ones absentee desktop leaders. No. I led from the front. I collected tear gas in the premises of Guardian newspapers.
Okay.
I did it
Senator.
in the premises of Federal Secretariat.
Senator.
I did it in Shomolu in Lagos. So, excuse me. So, when we are talking, how can you ask a serious president, a president elected, to now allow one of those he defeated to go to the comfort of Washington and be shouting from there? And say, I am directing you, I'm hungry. If he's hungry, he's going to fix Nigeria from Washington. Come on, let's be serious. Protest is not a Christmas party. Okay. He's not distributing ice cream.
Very quickly, I wanted to
Sowore should do what is best. He should have called to Nigeria. Excuse me, when I was NSC president, and President Tinubu increased fuel price to a level I consider injurious to our economy. That was the first battle, from 10 naira to 30. I came back from Geneva where I was a board member of an International Labour Organization. Because for me, if I'm not home, what am I doing in Geneva? I came back home.
Okay,
I left from before. I told my colleagues, let's go to Abuja.
Senator, we need to go to Dr. Abati. Thank you.
Senator, okay.
Thank you very much.
So many questions to ask you, but let's see what we can quickly, in the remaining 2 minutes that we have, dragging. I will try to be as brief as I can too. I don't think the big issue is about the identity of the protesters. This is a Gen Z-driven protest, and they are just saying they have the right to protest. They don't need to be big names. We have seen what the Gen Z has been able to do in Bangladesh, for example. Who is the leader of the protest? They just say they are students. But let's go to Edo State. Now, Monday Okpebolo, who is the candidate of the APC in this election, is now being supported by Philip Shaibu. We saw Philip Shaibu joining the APC and bowing down before you. Now, how comfortable is that for you? And then secondly, the allegation that you also seem to have subtle sympathy for Asuai Ighodalo, the candidate of the PDP. Just your comment on Edo State politics. Let's leave President Tinubu, you worry about his own issues. Yes, Edo State.
No, I'm sure he's taking charge. Today I saw it from your Guardian, from your lead newspaper, this day we say newspaper of record, saying that only yesterday, the vice president chaired a committee on how to bring the textile industries back. And they recognize that they can create 1.5 million jobs in the textile industry every year. That is, today I'm going to celebrate, because I've been talking about that time and time again since this president came in, that the job have to come from manufacturing sector. So that said, now Edo politics. Aswa Ighodalo is not electable. Right now, he fraudulently, according to the Federal High Court, manipulated and disobeyed the constitution of the PDP. He violated the electoral law and the electoral act, and that the primary that produced him was done in clear breach of the law and constitution. So as we speak, he's not a candidate. Number two, Aswa Ighodalo cannot even speak the language of people of Ewohimi, where my late wife come from. Aswa Ighodalo is not electable. Nigeria don't want double-breasted consultant transaction expert with one hand in the pocket. They have never been identified. He said he was chairman of Alagodaro. What was the achievement of Alagodaro? Other than spending billions of naira in consultancy. He is not electable. He does not understand the people. He doesn't know Edo State. He can't speak the language of his own village. Even the day he went to announce himself, he carried an interpreter to speak to his own villagers. When he finished, he went to Benin. He didn't sleep in his village because local people, in his view, are all witches and wizards, typical of some segment of the elite. A man like that can't govern. How can I, my dear friend Ruben, you know I can never sit on the fence. Aswa is not electable. I cannot support him to do what? Aswa is a worse version. All the people say they are technocrat. Let them remain in consultancy and do some transaction, whether they are lawful or unlawful. He managed a bank that is in business with Edo State. We have to investigate how much he has made it in consultancy between Edo State government and his own private company, including where he chairs some bank, whether he was a chairman or not.
Mr. Chomole, please fact-check yourself as regards the court judgment. You talked about the court judgment. Fact-check yourself. Ayo, I think appeal court has
reversed. In Abuja,
yes,
actually upheld
his judgment. So fact-check yourself, Senator.
I think it's important to put truth
out there.
The court
it's not the Federal High Court.
No, you are not correct. You are not current. You are not current.
Okay.
What was before the Court of Appeal? There are several cases, right? One has to do with the one filed by Philip Shaibu. That one, the court said, Philip Shaibu has no jurisdiction because he did not participate in the former convention without going into the merit. Even yesterday, the issue of whether or not he forged his his registration card with INEC. INEC has said the card he paraded was not issued by them.
Senator
in their portal. Excuse me.
What ruling were you referring to then? Because we need to ensure that it's facts we're speaking. What ruling did you refer to? The one that says he forged or he's not the candidate?
Yeah. He has gone on appeal.
What ruling
is
that?
When that declaration was made, he said, excuse me, I don't know, I didn't come here to discuss
so
that, I know that as of today, Aswa is fine. Wait, I'm not going to bother myself about this appeal.
All right.
What is important? What is important is this. What is important is this. Don't let us waste time on this thing. If he thinks he did have a case, he shouldn't have filed appeal. He filed appeal with the Court of Appeal yesterday or yesterday. We have certified true copy signed by the judge. He has the right of appeal, but he knows that the ultimate, he lost that, he exercised the right and the Court of Appeal rejected it. They are now headed to Supreme Court. And pray for him because we don't want shortcut. We want to defeat him so that he understands that the Edo people are wiser now.
Senator.
Last side they use ethnicity, they use all kind of thing. This are the kind. Now let me go to the issue of Shaibu. Because you asked me two questions. I with respect, allow me to answer the issue of Shaibu. Now you say you saw Shaibu kneel down before me in public. I didn't ask him to kneel down. He said he's a prodigal son, and that is biblical. Who am I to stop him? Now a father must have a large heart. We have welcomed him back into the APC family. It is not about whether he disrespected me. He did things that I will never have approved of, and I spoke so in another channel. I'm not going to repeat it today. So I am not going to now get myself detained by the fact that one of my children misbehaved. I have forgiven him. I have forgiven him, and I hope he has also learned his lesson. But you don't throw everything away. If I don't forgive him, I cannot ask God to forgive me. I am a Catholic. One of the prayers I say every day this morning is that, Father, forgive me my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me.
The Lord's Prayer.
In the Catholic doctrine, you are not entitled to seek forgiveness if you yourself, you are not capable of forgiving those who wrong you.
Okay,
so I have forgiven him. And somebody asked me, can I trust his future loyalty? I said, that's a matter of time. For now, forgiveness is the name of the game. And I have forgiven.
Okay.
And I hope we will never do so, whether in our party or any other party. That's right.